Ukraine says its forces are close to recapturing key eastern city of Kreminna, Ukraine.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ukrainian forces appear to have edged closer to recapturing the key Russian-controlled city of Kreminna in Luhansk province as heavy fighting continued in the east and south of the country. The regional governor of Luhansk, Serhiy Haidai, said fighters in part of the city controlled by Russian command were forced to retreat to Rubizhne, a town a few miles to the southeast, as a result of Ukrainian military pressure. In its daily military briefing on Tuesday, Britain's defense ministry said Russian troops continued to focus their efforts on capturing the city of Bakhmut in the Donetsk region. Russian soldiers, alongside fighters from the Wagner private military group, have been trying to seize Bakhmut since July, after reaching the outskirts of the city. The battle for Bakhmut is seen as an important test for the Wagner head, Yevgeny Prigozhin, who is believed to have recruited thousands of Russian convicts to help storm the city. Prigozhin has previously criticized the Russian Defense Ministry for its performance in Ukraine and has lauded Wagner as the country's most capable fighting force. Last Thursday, Ukraine claimed Russia had relocated some of its aircraft away from the Engels airfield, which Moscow said was struck by a Ukrainian drone a day earlier, resulting in the death of 3 Russian servicemen.
This post received a score of 8,400, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than also on Tuesday, Putin concluded his 2-day informal summit in St. Petersburg with the heads of the Commonwealth of Independent States, a Moscow-led group consisting of former Soviet states, by gifting the 8 leaders present gold rings. But they were all of them deceived, for in secret Putin forged a master ring, one ring to rule them all. Sheesh, this guy is even taking plays out of Sauron's playbook now. Treebeard on the Russian revanchist invasion of Ukraine. There is no curse in Elvish, Entish, or the tongues of men for this treachery.
This would be a very big deal. It would mean a complete chang in logistics for Russia, greatly throttling resupply to the Eastern Front. It also loosens the strategic value of cities north, leaving those garrisons as a strategic liability and ripe target for liberators.
And if they take Melitopol, that will have supply lines cut from both ends.
I'm waiting for Putin and Russia to start creating towns at random so they can say they have captured them and are in control again.
Russia has captured the crucial city of Potemkin.
What about the once magical city of Charizard?
Wow, did they capture the Charizard Hollow City?
This is pretty substantial. My understanding is that the Russians had been supplying lots of their troops in the Donbas via the P-66 highway that runs through Swatow and Kreminna. This will significantly worsen Russian supply in the Donbas, including near Bakhmut. I would not be surprised if this leads to a lot of movement on both sides, as this would cause many Russian positions in the Donbas to become untenable.
No, that highway has been under artillery observation by the Ukrainian forces for several weeks now. The Russians are already using alternative supply lines.
It helps open up a northern advance for the Ukrainians on Lysychansk and Severodonetsk. It's still very critical.
I'm sure retaking Kreminna would create a bunch of strategic opportunities for Ukraine, but the logistical issue of that highway being unusable as a supply route is already playing out, and the Russians have already adapted their logistics to deal with it. Anyway, this discussion is rather pointless, to be honest, as the liberation of Kreminna is unlikely to happen anytime soon.
Imagine discussing WW2 like this. Surreal.
They probably did.
They didn't often get such detailed information, and such information would sometimes take weeks at a time.
There will be a tactical movement of all Russian troops to a point several miles outside the city, while Russia still claims to be in control of it.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.